What's good, Spurs Nice? Your boy Clan, the Spurs fan. Yeah, I'm just leaving a wedding. My friend just had a wedding, and I actually got to bed kind of early last night. Dang, I wish I could have this camera looking a little better. There we go. No, it's still crooked. I hate this. Salty. Yeah, I feel salty too. I'm proud of Kawhi. See, there's a lot of different opinions going around. Like, a lot of people feel different. If you're a Spurs fan, you just feel different. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this camera, but you see how it's like, is it tilted? It's like tilted, y'all. I hate this. I feel like I like turtles. What's up, chewing turtles, man? I don't know how I'm gonna hold this camera. I need to figure this out. Like, seriously, I need to figure this out. This is getting ridiculous. The quality of these videos are getting worse by the day. Respect to Kawhi, but can he not see how he could have done the same thing to our Spurs this year? Here's the thing. Kawhi ended up in a better situation than we thought. But the thing is, and this isn't just, maybe it's me being a little salty, but I'm just going to be completely honest. Okay? First, I'm going to go ahead and throw some stuff out there. He wouldn't have won the championship if Warriors were not even full strength. I feel like even if they just had Klay for the whole series. Because without Klay, you lose something. Without Klay, you lose your second star, because Draymond Green has not looked like Draymond Green. I mean the Draymond Green of 2015 is in the past, because I don't know what's going on with this Draymond Green. He makes a lot of crucial mistakes in big moments. He did his thing with rebounds and passing, but the man had like 7 turnovers. I could be wrong, but it felt like he had like 7 turnovers in that game. And I just feel like the Golden State Warriors are just, I think they spent so much time building talent and so much time getting Kevin Durant to the point that he's at, that I think they jeopardized chemistry. I think that a lot of mistakes that they might have made, even when Kevin Durant was playing, I think that those same mistakes weren't, they were more apparent only because KD was not in the lineup. Because I feel like they've always been making these crucial mistakes, but because KD was out of the lineup, they had nothing to compensate for it. So, or nothing to cover up for it. So, I don't know. I mean, there's the salty part of me, but another part of me is just saying that I actually wasn't as upset as I thought I would be after they won the championship, after the Raptors won. It was almost like a sigh of relief for me, because I feel like even as Spurs fans, we put so much energy into this season. We put so much energy into the Kawhi thing, but rightfully so, because he did us really wrong. But we put so much energy in it, talking bad about Kawhi, talking bad about the situation, arguing with each other, because some of these Spurs fans feel differently. Some of us love Kawhi, some of us can't stand Kawhi. Me personally, I don't hate anybody. Well, select few people I might hate, maybe in politics, but I don't hate Kawhi. There's nothing that Kawhi has done that's just merit my hatred. I don't hate the guy, but I do think that what he did to a classy franchise was pretty jacked up. And my thoughts on him does not change. I know somebody messaged me and they said, well, and the whole theme of this video, by the way, is going to be feelings. Like, how do you feel about all this? So somebody messaged me and they said, well, you're not going to be able to talk trash about Kawhi no more. And I was just taken aback by that comment, because I don't remember for 1 second saying that Kawhi Leonard wasn't a great player. I don't remember for 1 second saying that Kawhi Leonard was trash. I've always said how great Kawhi was. Always. Even when he was on the team. But at the same time, that's not going to change my thoughts on what happened because he won a championship. If anything, it's a little more irritating. But after the championship, I felt relief only because I put so much energy into these finals, and I was just so into it. And it was breaking my heart, honestly. Like, KD going down, it broke my heart that that franchise was willing to throw him out there in that situation. I thought it was messed up. I mean, the dude had a calf injury, and I mean, they should have already known that there's going to be a threat to your Achilles. I mean, the Spurs are the same franchise where Kawhi had an ankle sprain and they didn't let him play. So I thought it was very wrong for them to do that. And even at that point, I was on the brink of not going for Golden State because of how they did that, how they handled that situation. But then everybody started coming out and saying that, well, see, that's why Kawhi wanted this. That's why Kawhi didn't want y'all, because y'all just try to throw him in the fire. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Then I went for Golden State again. But then when I saw Klay go down, y'all, I genuinely teared up. I genuinely teared up when I saw Klay go down the way he did. Because he gave it his all. He put it all on the line. He looked like the finals MVP. And even on the other side, on the Kawhi side, Kawhi wasn't really showing up in that game. So it looks like it was all Warriors. But when Klay went down, at that point, I wanted the Raptors to just go ahead and win because I didn't want more to happen to the Warriors. Despite how I feel about the Warriors and creating the super team, I don't like seeing people just go down like that. And it broke my heart to see Klay give it all he had and just screaming on the ground like that. Even how he came back, jogging around, trying to shoot the free throws. Klay showed a lot. But I hate that it had to come down to this for us to say something regarding Klay Thompson and his heart, and regarding Kevin Durant his heart, and it really hurt, man. It really hurt. But at the end of the day, I'm happy, not for Kawhi. I am happy for DeMar DeRozan's friend Kyle Lowry. I'm sure they had a long conversation about that. I'm happy for Marc Gasol only because he's from Memphis, or played with Memphis Grizzlies, and I'm from Memphis. I'm happy for Siakam, Ibaka, because I know Ibaka been wanting this for a long time. He been wanting the ring for a long time, and he's been in situations to try to get one, and it's good that he finally got one. Fred VanVleet put it all on the line, and he deserved it. Kyle Lowry deserved it. You know how he came into that game, he deserved it. And it made me think about this. So Kyle Lowry in this situation, we've always said that Kyle Lowry chokes. We always put them together, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. For those two guys to become best friends the way they did, and for both of them to have so much in common and so much to talk about, and talk about basketball and life, and I feel like they live on the same ideologies of life. I feel like they go by the same ideologies and the same determination and same heart. So everybody that was saying that Kyle Lowry is a choke artist, which even I believe that he was, but seeing him come out in the finals like that, especially this last game, and put it all out there like he did, I really think that Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan could be one and the same as far as their heart and determination. So if Kyle Lowry can do it, damn it, DeMar DeRozan can do it under Popovich. And really, the Spurs, all they need is one extra piece. But it's hard for me to believe that we'll get another big free agent or another big star. And it doesn't really seem like free agents work out so great for us anyway. I mean, big free agents anyway. It just doesn't work. We rarely do it, and when we do it, it doesn't really pan out. Hence LA. But I do believe that DeMar DeRozan is a killer. He's a great player. I'm sure he's happy for Toronto, even though everybody's saying that he's going to be, or he's upset, or he kicked or punching air, as they say about DeMar DeRozan. But I think that he's actually genuinely happy for them. And I think that that star that we're looking for, the more I look at DeJounte Murray workout, the more I see the things that he's putting out there, the more that I see that he's grown, because he's verbally talked about kind of how he's been immature. And I think that he got kind of a chip on his shoulder because of the Kawhi thing. I'll tell you one thing. I saw a tweet he put out like a month ago, and he put in there, man, this guy Kawhi sure can play basketball or something like that. And it seemed a little sarcastic, and he put the little emoji, the 2 eyes emoji. That's like, it looked kind of sarcastic. So, and then what he put out, last night right after the game, he said 2019, 2020, let's get it or whatever. This dude want to go for a championship. He really wants a championship, and he wants to be that face to bring it to San Antonio. And I genuinely do believe that him and Derek White are talented enough, and DeJounte Murray has seemed like he's matured enough where they could do it for us. And I believe in this team. I'm excited for it. The draft is coming up. The only thing that I'm not excited about is post-draft, because I feel like whoever we get, he's not going to play. And I think our best chance at a championship next season is to, if we get a good enough player, is to give that man some minutes. Lonnie Walker is going to have to play. He's going to get his minutes. But I would like to see, the next man up. And not tomorrow, but next year, next season, this is going to be a season in which the NBA is going to be wide open. It's going to be a season in which a super team that's created in the offseason would have been their first year together. At least with our team, they've been together at least before this. So I really do believe in our squad. I'm happy for some people in Toronto. Not really the Toronto fans, I'm sorry. So a lot of y'all cool, but some of y'all kind of bother me. Let me see. Somebody said proud and salty. Yeah, I wasn't actually as upset as I thought I would be. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna park and then I'm gonna read through these. But yeah, guys, I mean that's my thoughts on it. That's how I feel. I want to know how you guys feel. And it's a tough situation. It is a tough situation, and we were actually dreading this the entire season. But then now that it happened, I don't really care too much. One thing I noticed, and I'm not trying to be like I guess I kind of am trying to be a douche, but one thing that I noticed after they won the championship, Kawhi's reaction to winning the championship, to me, it didn't really feel genuine. And I mean, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just, me being me. But when Kawhi won, the way that he put his hands up and started screaming and all that, I was like, this just didn't seem genuine. And it felt like at the end of the game, him shooting those free throws, he wanted to be the last person with the ball in his hands to shoot the free throws, just because of how it would look. And then after it, he put his hands up like, woo, like, yeah, I did it. And it just didn't feel genuine to me. It felt like when he won with the Spurs, or when we won with the Spurs, he had a genuine reaction like, damn, I love this. I love that I just won. And this reaction, it was like, okay, let me try to show off for the camera. I don't know. It's just something that I noticed. And I don't know if anybody else noticed it. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm just hating. But that's something that I noticed. And I know it's a whole thing where it's like, he only showed emotion when he won the championship. Yeah, but it just didn't feel genuine. And I know people say, well, people can change. I got you. But he seemed like he's been pretty consistent with his mannerisms. And it just seemed out of way. It didn't look right. You said 2014 felt a lot more genuine. That's what I thought. And it made me wonder and speculate, I'm sure he's happy. He just want to win. Of course, he just want to win. But was he really that happy for this championship? I don't know, man. It felt weird. It felt weird. I don't know why I felt as if he should be happier. I don't know. I'm just tripping. Spurs be fine. I want to talk about Spurs. Debate time for what? Somebody debate? Debate time. Best Spurs team, 14 or 16. 14 is the best. 16 had the most potential. 16 definitely has more talent than 14 Spurs. I mean, 16, God. You had the big three. You had LA. Did we have Powell? No, we didn't have Powell yet, did we? Did we have Powell? We might have had Powell. And then you had, yeah, that's why I just said you're right. 16 had more depth. 14 we won a championship. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say if you're saying who's the best team, I mean 14 just because, you couldn't really hold them back at all. Like they wanted that championship and they were going to get it. 16 definitely had more talent. 16 should have worked, but it didn't. I don't like it. It should have been us celebrating. Hey man, you just got to be patient. Let Toronto have theirs. Let them talk all the trash they want to talk. But obviously, there's going to be an attitude on this team. There's going to be an attitude from DeJounte Murray. If he's going to be the leader, or at least one of the leaders, it's going to rub off on everybody else. If you go back and watch some preseason videos, like if you go back and watch a little bit of the preseason, DeJounte Murray and here with you guys and be fake, or just be cool about everything no matter what, and just say Spurs are perfect. I'm one of those people that you just said that people want LA traded, but let me tell you why. Because it's not necessarily because I think LA is trash, or I'm one of those people that think LA, just because he made that mistake in game 7, that I don't want him no more. The reason why I personally just feel like the LA thing isn't going to work is because, number one, LA has to be the guy. He can be on and off points, especially. Yeah, but let me say this. LA has to be the guy. And that's fine. Like, if LA has to be the guy to function, because if you pay attention to LA, when he's not the first option, he turns off. When he wasn't the first option, he was ready to leave. He wanted to get traded before. So when it comes to LA, it's like, if he's the first option, cool, be the first option. But then when he is the first option, you may not have him show up in a game 7 versus a team that's extremely inexperienced. That's just facts. Like, he's so on and off till, if he's going to be your main guy, you're basically screwed, because you're not going to win a championship with just a mid-range shooting big man. And he's a great player, and I love LA, and I cheer for LA, and I support LA. But honestly, I don't believe that you can win with LA being the main guy. Now, the perfect scenario would be LA being able to be the second guy. But LA can't be the second guy because he wants to be the first guy. And when he is the second guy, he turns off. Like, his mental isn't there. And in that game 7, the only way LA could score is if Popovich wrote up a set for him to get an easy basket. He couldn't score in that game. He literally disappeared. And we can say what we want about DeMar DeRozan, but DeMar DeRozan late in the 4th, he hit some big shots. DeMar DeRozan late in the 4th, he was ready. Not even late in the 4th, just in the 4th in general, he was like, let me turn up. And he was aggressive the entire time. That's one thing I said, because I went live during that game 7. And I was saying that DeMar DeRozan was aggressive the entire game. Whether his shot went in or went out, he was aggressive. LA, his mind just checked out. And for me, that was the last straw at the end, when he messed up at the end and didn't even foul. And because his mind wasn't there. He was just gone. When he's not shooting, when he's not the main guy, when someone else is doing better than him, he just checks out. It's like he was ready to go home. I've never seen that before in San Antonio history. The only time I've seen someone really mess up blatantly was like Danny Green, when he fouled when he really shouldn't have fouled, on a Popovich team anyway. And Danny Green has that tendency too to be kind of on and off with, when he's playing. But LA, he's a star, and he has to be a star. And if he can't be the first guy, if he can't be the second guy, then what is he? He can't be anything on a team, on a championship team. So it just makes me uncomfortable just to think. And he don't have another thing too, he don't really have the personality to even want to be the main guy. You know what I mean? But he has to be that. It's really confusing. Aldridge is too indifferent. He's not all in with the Spurs. That's how I feel too. And him coming out and saying that he could go back to the Portland and all that, it just turns me off too. It turns me off. And you're right, he is indifferent, and he's on the fence. He's not He's not fully like San Antonio Spurs, just try to win a championship. He's one of those players where it's like, if I win one, cool. If I don't, I don't. And if you have that type of mentality, you'll never win, ever. And that's like life in general. Like if you have, like for instance, I've been losing weight. Like recently, I lost close to 50 pounds. And before, I used to have the mindset where it was like, you know what? If I lose it, I lose it. You know, if I don't, I don't. And when you have that type of mentality, you're not going to do it. You're just not going to do it. But if you have the mentality where it's just like, I'm going to do it, no matter what, that's what I'm going to do, then it's going to happen. And I feel like with LA, he has that attitude where it's like, you know, if it happens, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? The draft sucks. Not much will come out of it. I don't agree with that. I feel like the Spurs just need like one piece, and I'm excited for all the talent that's in the draft. I think this draft is a pretty nice draft, actually. And if Zion's going to be as legendary as, you know, people say he is, I mean, and Ja Morant is a point god like he say he is, you might have like really good players coming out of it. And then we believe in Rui Hachimura, so we'll see what happens with that. I'd rather have Alexander Walker or PJ Washington. I'm gonna post some more stuff today. I'm gonna post some of these guys today that you guys been mentioning that I haven't really gotten to. I'm gonna do that. Let's get Zion. Yeah, stop it. Cameron. I prefer Rui than Cameron, man. He's too old. I mean, we say old, but I mean, just think of it like this, y'all. The man is only 23. If you get somebody that's 23, that's has some experience, some extra years on his belt playing basketball, because he's a 5-year senior, he gained a little more maturity of the game of basketball. He gained a little more maturity in life in general. He might be ready right now. And probably, honestly, when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, most players don't really, I mean, some exceptions, maybe Tony Parker, but most players don't really get a role until they're kind of early 20s. You know what I mean? So maybe he'll get a role earlier. I mean, look at Derek White. People say Derek White is a rookie. Derek White's a rookie. Derek White's 24 too. I mean, and we still say that he's young. And look how he tore up the league. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Power forward. Me too, man. Me too. And I know what y'all saying about LA. And I don't want, that's the thing, y'all. This is the last thing I want to do is sit here and talk bad about LA. But after that game, watching that game, game 7, I was done. At that point, I was like, no, LA can't stay here. And I'm patient. DeMar DeRozan, I'm patient. You can say what you want about him. The first year team that's inexperienced. I gave some of my thoughts. Like I said, I'm extreme cousin, because he's a Grizzlies fan. He's going to get the number 2 pick, so we'll get to see his reaction, my reaction. We'll probably do it on Google Hangouts, but next time, Spurs Nights. Deuces, love y'all. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.